will be changing for 2025, just so you know. Who's here is into the state board rules and regulations, their meetings?
We depend on you, Veronica. Tell us. That's what we depend on you.
There's no,
You know?
you know what, instead of 2 hours of required ethics, I'll just give you that much right now because I do lecture in the afternoon as well. It's part of our provider requirements to help you navigate the state board. They're not as naughty as and mean as people think. They're just enforcers to rules and regulations. As providers, another change that we have is we have to teach the top 10 violations for the state board. Who here has done the distance learning already? Portion of it. Okay, so the ethics is a little bit harsh, isn't it? I do apologize, yet we have to teach it. Why? Because a lot of naughty things are happening or have happened, and those are the highest, the 10 top violations. So you will notice on there that we do have to put video, we do have to give case practices or issues that had happened. We have to label them, each one. Throughout the videos, you're gonna see quiz test questions. You don't fill that out. There's a separate form, kind of like the evaluation form. We can't name it evaluation form anymore. We have to put either quiz or test. The questions and the answers, they're very easy. Yes, it's just an example. Are these x-rays black, white, gray, all of the above? A, B, C, or D. But it's not in there. That one's not in there. But it's very basic. Very easy for you to fill out, sign, date. The date that you put on the bottom cannot be today's date. So say, for example, you started 3 days ago, you can pause it and go back to it and go forward or what, you know. But you ended up doing it during lunchtime today and you want to submit it today with today's date. Do not put today's date on there. Because you are at a live seminar today, it's impossible for you to be actually doing 24 hours in one day. So if you send that copy to the state board whenever you're audited, they're just gonna send it right back. So were you live or were you doing distance learning? That's what they're gonna say. So basically the system picks up the date that you have on that form and it will generate a certificate. If I don't catch it on time, it's just gonna send out to your email with today's date. If you notice that, just reply back and let me know. I can edit it and then you probably finished it yesterday, but you were just reviewing it today. Or any time before the end of your birth month, because that's when that is due. Any questions on the distance learning? I will also walk you through on how to do it later on. It's not that difficult. So with that being said, save your questions for the changes towards the afternoon. I will be telling you, I will give you a little hint since you're here and you'll need to know it as well. You'll be gone by the time I say it.
Okay.
Instead of 2 hours of ethics, it's going to be 10 hours of 4 different required court subjects now. 4 different categories, total of 10 CEUs required. They did not go up to 36, they stayed at 24, and most of them you'll be able to do via Zoom. Yes. It is AI generated, so you cannot. Who's taken the DMV test online or any of the state exams? Did you? Okay, so if you step away from it a certain amount of time, it's gonna flash you, right? If you take your face off of the computer.
It didn't go away.
Oh, okay. Well, if you were to go to the restroom or something, it's kind of like they allow you a total of like 5 minutes or so. It's AI generated, so it's gonna be able to track the time. So if you're 10 minutes, those 5 minutes from a 50-minute lecture period, it's gonna take the full hour away. And so you cannot be adjusting, you cannot be in your car, kind of like COVID time. You cannot be sleeping, believe me, I saw it all. Cameras do have to be on. It's a little bit more high tech. Only 22 hours for now. They're working on the hands-on technique because technique is going to be a required course again.
Cool.
Okay.
That's good.
They're working on those 2 words, hands-on. They can do hands-on via Zoom. You would have to go somewhere to do physically 2 hours
Not yet. Technology, you know.
Technology.
Never know.
You know, we have nice little
Yeah.
gadgets that can focus in on
Yes.
the adjustment, the
See.
pressure. Yeah. Okay.
Recorded videos.
All right. So we'll leave those questions towards the end for me. Dr. Rakovic.
Yep. How are you guys doing? Good morning. Good morning. Hope to keep you awake for the next 2 hours or so, my portion. Veronica, is anyone else doing adjusting too, or just me today?
No, it's, we
Okay.
have Dr. Romero, that's why.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you have two options today, just a preview. Get adjusted by myself or Dr. Romero later on. So it's up to you guys what you guys want to do. If you want to, again, this is always up to you. A lot of doctors, I practice with a partner. I love it because I can take more time off if need be. But if you want to get adjusted, if you're a solo practitioner, please let me know. We'll probably after the first hour or so, we'll take volunteers if you want to do that too. Okay. Anyone here go to LA Chiropractic College back in the day? Myself too. Anyone go out of state for a chiropractic college? There's a lot better ones than the ones out here. In the sense where, who enjoy going to class 8 hours a day? Yay, first year of school. Nobody. Let's not make that today, like that for one too. My job today is, I've done this probably about 5-6 times now, is make it more fun, entertaining, hopefully share some stories with you guys and vice versa. So we get to kind of just enjoy our practice, right? What is your favorite day of the week? Just blow out. Is anyone's Sunday day of the week? Anybody? What's your favorite day? My day is going to be Monday because I like going back to the office, seeing my patients, boom, in routine. I love what I do. Okay, my wife asked me, what do you want to do on Saturday? I'm like, I don't know. I'm worried about Monday instead. I love practicing. I've practiced in Inland Empire, in Upland, California. If you know what it is or not, by Ontario airports, I tell people. I've been there for about 22 years now. Gosh, for a long time. 2 years before, I was an associate in Ranch Cucamonga next door. Bought in the practice 22 years ago with my partner and loved it ever since. We just moved back in January to a newer office, more of an upgrade, and we're just seeing a lot of people. You know, I enjoy what we do. I'm blessed with a great office manager where she takes care of all my insurance, billing stuff. I just sign paperwork. Hopefully it's right. I'm guessing, for a long time now. She's been there for, gosh, she's 56. She's been there, she's 18 years old. She's seen about 6 doctors go through that office, 6, 7 doctors. So I'm blessed to have her there. My biggest thing with this talk is just enjoy yourself today. You know, everyone here adjusts patients, right? That's what we do, okay? But with the adjustment, why do they understand what it is? And why they understand why they need to come back, if they need to come back at all? And how do we as doctors, because I know so many doctors since I've started these talks in January, that are hurt, that have injuries, that have shoulder, back injuries, ironically enough, have wrist injuries, elbow injuries. How do we avoid that happening to our own body? I was unfortunate, if you want to call it that, or fortunate actually. My first semester in chiropractic school, I was bench pressing at LAC Chiropractic College, the old gym, and I tore my shoulder. Boom. I couldn't lift my arm for about 6 months. But I figured out a way to rehab it, got through adjusting classes. It was only first semester, so I was thankful that it wasn't hardcore in the adjusting at that point. But I got through it. But it's still, I want to make sure, still being 50 years old now, that I still can practice for another 10, 15 years if I want to. I want to make sure I don't have injuries that people have dealt with from other chiropractors or other people too that take them out of practice. I had one doctor I knew he had a bad back injury, had to have back surgery. Had a great practice, boom, he was done. So how do we make sure we stay healthy for the next 15, 20, 30 years by having good routines that we can practice with our patients too to keep them healthy also? Anyone here take a pre-workout? Anything like that? There you go. I drink coffee. That's my pre-workout. I'm an early bird. That's for me. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:15 or so. Go work out at 5. Boom, get my workout done, walk my dog, go to practice for 3 days a week. That's our practice 3 days a week. For your patients, for yourselves, who does a pre-workout before you go to the office? Do you stretch? Do you strengthen? Do you take care of your own body so you can push people around all day? That's what I do. And I'm not sure if you're a hands-on practice or not hands-on person. We have to make sure we keep ourselves healthy so when we push people around, we don't hurt ourselves. So my biggest thing, and when I get feedback from the previous seminars too, is how do we make sure we do the right things for ourselves first before we step into our office and help people that want our help, that need our help. So making sure that we have a good routine, as you guys already know this too. So if we can tell our patients, hey, after the adjustment, make sure you stretch, make sure you strengthen, do things to change your lifestyle. Whatever got you here, let's get you out of that reason habit into a better habit per se. So I want to make sure I give my 2 cents, my experience, whatever it is to help you guys, maybe give you a little bit of what I do to maybe help you enjoy and being, one thing, healthy, but also make your patients healthy too. So part of my practice, part of what I do with my patients, just big picture, is we take x-rays in our office. X-rays been in our office forever. When we moved our office, we still moved our x-rays machine over too, to make that part of our normal routine as a patient intake if necessary. Some patients, as you know, come in with their own x-rays, x-ray report, x-ray images, said perfect, I don't need to take new ones. But can we make sure we're doing enough for our patients with or without x-rays to give them a good first impression, right? And we all know this. How many times do you get to make a first good impression? First impression period. Once, right? Uno, okay? So you want to make sure that first time is the best time they can get. For example, if a patient is Mary, is scheduled Monday morning 9 o'clock, does your staff know that? So when Mary walks in the door, a new patient, she's greeted as Mary, welcome to the practice. Here's some paperwork. If you have any questions, let me know. By first name. What is, and you guys know this too, what is the sweetest sound for each person? What is it? What's the sweetest word for each person? Their name, right? Whatever their name is. So if my name's Tony, hey, I hear Tony, I'm like, hey, what's going on? I don't know if I know you, but thanks for saying my name. You know? So we want to make sure we're doing enough things to make that patient feel comfortable, their first impression. When you meet with them, because what I do too, beyond being in practice, I have a lot of interns in my practice too, from the high school, from college. Cal State Fulton comes down. Interns also, RP program. I have an intern probably every semester, maybe 1 or 2, that come in my office and shadow and volunteer. So I want to make sure when I talk to them, because they're usually in school and they're in the healthcare field, but they have great book skills, as we all did before too, but they don't have any people skills sometimes. So I want to make sure I give them the people skills of first impression, what that is, what someone's favorite word is going to be their name. Also, handshake, hand-eye coordination, right? Huge. How many people do you know, especially seniors, because they go to the doctor a lot, go to the doctor and they see Dr. Jones, whatever, and Dr. Jones like this on his iPad the whole time, writing information down, asking questions, never looking up at the patient. Okay, I have 5 minutes with this patient. Okay, we're done, Mrs. Jones, get the heck out of here. So how do you make your relationship with the patient, day one, part of feeling comfortable with you, the patient? How do you build trust with them? By hand-eye shake their hand for 1, 2, if that's what you want to do. Look them in the eyes. Also, why is what's the phrase? Do you guys know the phrase like attracts like? You know what that means? If I'm standing like this, talking to somebody, and I want them to like me or trust me, I'm going to stand like the same thing they're standing. I'm going to talk at their volume. I'm going to talk at their speed of voice for 1, 2. I'm going to copy their mannerisms in general to make sure they feel I'm listening to them. How many patients you have every week that come in and go, I saw my doctor for this back problem 6 months ago. He gave me the runaround, sent me to an ortho, gave me a runaround, sent me to PT. They didn't help me. Went back to my doctor. He refused to do the MRI, and now I want to do this, this, this. How many patients you know that get that runaround come to you going, how do you be different? How do you show? Because a lot of people come in still, this is 2024, right? They still don't know what chiropractic is. It's still that big myth in the sky, behind the curtain, you know? It's that old Knights movie, whatever it is, in medieval times. It's like in the mist somewhere over there. So how do we clear that mist for them? I just made that up in my head, by the way, so pretty creative at 7 something in the morning. Is how do we clear that myth for them so at that point they get, oh, this is what chiropractic is, by your first impression. This is what chiropractors do, by your first impression. This is how chiropractors are, by your mannerisms, by your likeness to them, so they see that. So I have patients been for 20 years practice, right? I had a patient, Susan, right now. I have a patient now, Susan. Her son is 23 years old. I saw her when she had her son. As an associate before, when I moved practices, she came to my practice too. So I've seen her for a long, long time. She goes, I just like you, Dr. Tony. I'm like, just not in a personal way. Like, no, professional way, obviously. But she's 68 years old. It's just, you just take care of me, whatever it is, you know? And you guys have that too. You guys know that. But how do we make sure our new patients, day 1, 5, 10, 15, 20 years later, they enjoy the same you because of your personality and your ability to care for them? And we all come in Monday morning. Who actually just recently had their insurance premium, auto insurance premium changed? Anybody? Did it go up or down? Mine too. Went up $300. How does that happen? I'm still in negotiations with State Farm. I don't know why.
Mine went up from $5,300 a year to $12,400 unless I shopped around and got it to $6,800.
How does?
No tickets, no accidents, nothing.
Yes.
Completely legal in California.
I asked him if I had a ticket or a DUI, would that help me? I don't know. You know? But something to where, as we have our own stressors in our lives, you know, we have our family, our kids, we have our insurances, we have everything we do with inflation, everything. I went to the store like a couple years ago. I go, how is this rack of chicken $34? I have no idea. It was like $5 yesterday. But how do we deal with our stressors of our lives? Close the door when we leave our house, open our office and go, okay, now I'm here with my patients. I'm here with my patients. I'm here to help them with their stressors that cause their neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, can't sleep, to where now I'm here to help them get through that. How many people, doctors, you know, medical doctors, I'm going to say medical doctors, that when a patient talks about their neck problem, like, oh, the neck problem, I had a problem because I was driving my car for a long time, the doctor says, oh, I did the same thing 3 years ago and I did this. The doctor's talking more about his problem or her problem versus the patient's listening to the patient's problem. I tell myself in my head all the time, if I have similar experience with my patient, what they've gone through, I say, don't say anything. Keep your mouth closed. For me, I want to talk 10% in my first initial exam with my patient, and then let them tell their story the whole time. Sometimes my wife thinks I'm the worst. Like, she'll tell me a story. I'm like, oh yeah, babe. Oh yeah. And she goes, stop talking to me. Just let me tell the story. You know? So I want to make sure of myself, my practice, I'm doing the same thing. Okay, stop talking. Don't think about it. I know you have the same thing. Yeah, listen to her story first. Down the line, yeah, maybe share your story once you're comfortable, but get them a chance to tell their story of their problem. How many of you guys spend like an hour with your patients the first time? I don't have that kind of time. I have rooms filled. I have people over there. Do you guys have a 5-minute rule? You know what that is? 5-minute rule? My staff knows if I'm in a room with a patient more than 5 minutes, get me out of there. I'm done talking. I've done my part. Initial exam, I'll give them like maybe 10, 15 minutes or so. I'll step out. She'll set the x-ray up. At that point, take the x-rays in her office, go over them real quick, maybe a 10-minute review of that. At that point, we'll get them back into the room. But when I'm in a patient room for 1, 2, and they start telling me, everyone has a patient, right? Everyone has a patient. I have a patient, Martha. She's phenomenal. I love her. But she'll start telling me a story, and then she'll go, and then another story, and then another story. I'm like, so I'm waiting. So as my staff brings her back, the staff looks at me, they give me a nod. They know. Because I'll see her once a week or so. I know her story from last week, for one. So be courteous to your next patient, in my sense, my head, and respect your time so they understand you're busy. You're not just there for them sometimes. Everyone has that patient, right? How many people of you give your patients your cell phone number in 2024? I do. They're back in my card. Miss Veronica has my cards. Back in my card. Who calls me? Nobody. Because they respect my time. They'll call me or text me, usually a text, hey, just want to see if you're in on Monday. I hurt my back. Boom. I rarely get a phone call like on a long weekend. It's not this weekend, but maybe more of the weekend, Labor Day weekend, where someone hurt their back. Hey, can I come and see you on Saturday? I go, am I open Saturday? No. Then I'll see you back on Monday. Good. I'll set your appointment up. You're good. See you 9 o'clock. You're good. So usually, unless it's an emergency, very, very rare, because I'm down the street from my office, they know that, is I'll go in and see them on a weekend or my off day. So by having when a patient has a doctor's number or knows they can reach them, does that give them comfort? The ability to go, you know what, if I need to, I will, but I'll put it aside. You know, but I have patients all the time. Hey, I have my coworker at UPS, Johnny, who wants to see you. Can the staff give him a call? Here's his number. Boom. So how do you get referrals from that ability from, I want to call it one step away, 1 degree of separation to get to you, if need be, for even somebody else. Who likes new patients here? I love them, you know, off the bat, because we have to keep our practice going. The problem is with us, we get people better, right? We're not going to see them every day. They're not, if they're in acute pain, we may see them 3 times that first week. Over time, twice a week, once every other week, maybe once a month once they're better. So we need new patients in our office by making sure their first experience back to that again is a good experience. So again, I've been practicing a long time. You guys have been practicing probably longer than me, shorter than me, I don't know. But part of it is, can we share experiences for one, too, between us that helps us understand, hey, how do we do this? How do we do this? How do we make sure we're on the same page with our patients? Once I've gone through my initial exam with my patients, what I want to do is treat them, right? But I want to make sure you give them an idea of what to expect by going, where are you now? What do you feel? When I adjust you, how do we change that feeling to a better feeling? So for me, I'll do like a posture check with them. I'll go them against the wall, simple, have them hold there. Because what's the number one reason why patients have pain? What's the number one reason? We all know this, right? Especially with non-traumatic pain, not a car accident, not something where they pick something up and they're building a brick wall in the weekend, they're a desk jockey, you know? Not something like that. But what's the number one reason of like gradual pain, especially during COVID? Bad posture. I had a guy he's a regional branch manager for US Bank. He had to work from home. He's in a chair like this all day on his computer, on his couch that is like 30 years old, like this, right? Is that bad posture? Yes, that probably hurt his back. So how to make sure they have good posture standing for one? Because once you put someone who has poor posture against the wall, they're going to go, oh, that hurts. I go, in my head I'm going, fantastic, right? So I'm going to go here, go, okay, what do you feel? My neck hurts, my shoulders hurts, my back hurts. I go, okay, let's see. So, and what do? We adjust them, and by showing them results right away, okay, stand up, Mrs. Jones, and see how the wall feels now. Feels much better. Instant gratification. Did they see the difference in what you did? Again, linking, right? Bad posture, hurts, ow, ow, ow. You adjust them. How does that feel, Mrs. Jones? Feels better, feels lighter, feels more relaxed. Boom. They link your adjustment to them feeling better. What do you want to do next? Have that feeling all the time. How do I get there? We're giving them these primitives, if you want to call it that, gratifications to go, this is how this works. Again, first impression, right? If I adjust someone, okay, thanks for coming, I'll see you next time, they go, what the heck was that for? What did I do? So can we give ourselves ability to communicate with our patients in the correct way to help them? Again, everyone's different. Some people are like, I feel about the same. Okay, we got some work to do. Okay, good deal. So if we get that experience to where however they communicate and learn, they get that quick, okay, that's different. I go, how's that different? Feels lighter, feels more relaxed. What else do you feel? This. Let them talk it out so they remember what that feeling was like. I have patients that come in a year later. Hey, doc, remember my first visit? I go, no, in my head. I see another 1,000 patients into you. I go, remember when I stood against the wall and it felt better? I go, yeah, that was fantastic. Let's keep you there. And with your patients too, anyone here have patients where they come in with chest pain? Why would someone have chest pain? And the cardiologist cleared them. The cardiologist said, hey, your heart's fine. Why would they have chest pain? What would cause chest pain for someone that doesn't have a heart problem? Remember the vagus nerve? Remember your fight or flight reflex from school? Semester 4.5, I don't remember. I don't know, back 1,000 years ago. But that we talked about, and I don't know if you talk about your patients or not, the fight or flight response. When the body is stressed, your organs will tell you there's a problem in your body. I've had 4 or 5 patients now have come in with just chest pain. not shoulder pain, neck pain, just chest pain. And once we start adjusting their body, understand their chronicity of being stressed, allow them to feel this first. That point, releasing the neck pressure for one, mid-back pressure, their body relaxing their body, allow them to feel better. When they feel better, they'll start doing things to allow their body to become less stressed. Then their overall chest doesn't hurt anymore. A lady come in about probably 15 years ago, maybe less than that, maybe 10 years ago, and she's going to quit her job. Her doctor said, hey, your stress is going to kill you. Quit your job. She had to drive from Rancho Cucamonga, which is next to me, out to City of Commerce. About probably an hour and 15, hour and 30 every day from traffic. Stress? Yes. Would work all day, boom, 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 sit an hour and a half, and maybe Friday, maybe a 2-hour traffic coming home. So was that stressful? Yes. But her doctor never told her how to reduce her stress, how to change her lifestyle maybe, so she could actually handle the stress of her day. How many times do you guys, this is part of my mantra per one too. My job is to make sure I handle my patients, get them to handle their stress of their day. How many patients have you had in the past where they've told you, man, my doctor says if I don't change what's going on in my life, I'm going to probably have a heart attack from all the stress. They said, quit my job, kick my dog out, change careers, But the problem is you quit your job. Is that more stressful or less stressful? Then you have no job. You can't pay your high auto insurance. Come on, people, So we want to make sure we're doing the right things to help our patients handle their stress. So at that point, can we make their body relax, not have chest pain, and reduce their stress in their body so the stress in their environment seems less and less and less. You guys remember the fight or flight reflex we learned about back way in the day? And we probably hope maybe you still remember. When someone's in chronic pain, does their body now adapt to that pain as their normal? Yes. How long does that take? Everyone's different. Could take a month, 2 months, 3 months. Could take an event like having their third, fourth kid. Could take an event of having their mom, dad pass away. We've all gone through hearing the stories of our patients, what their stress event was, and now they're stuck in that stress state of their body. So we communicate with our patients, hey, this is what's going on. You're here now because now your default is your fight or flight stress response. This is your spine. This is how the nerves work out of your spine. Keep your body under stress. That's why you have the chest pain, the neck pain, the headaches. At that point, when you link that thing together, then they go, okay, I'm going to help you reduce your body's default stress state. Then what happened before, which you understand happened, can we handle the stress of your day now? And make your day now easier so you can sleep better, not have insomnia. How many patients when you talk to them the first time, they're under stress? Boom, right? Easy. But are they over, when I ask them this too, once I've talked, kind of know them and what they're going through, once I talk about emotional stress, and not that I'm a psychologist, but where they are in a stress state, I go, do you feel overstressed? And if they go, yeah, and go, do you sometimes feel anxious because of that being overstressed? Yeah. Do sometimes you feel depressed? Yeah. So again, women are more, as we know, us guys Neanderthals. We're like, no, I'm fine, great. I'm angry all the time, but I'm great. This is my guy patiently. I see a lot of local union workers for one too, UPS, iron workers, all those guys. So, but women are more open with their emotions, so they're going to go, yeah, I am. I go, okay, if that's your concern, let's get that to a better, healthier, more relaxed state versus where you are now. So before even the adjustment too, are you helping people understand how we as chiropractors help patients? I had a picture of the spine. You guys seen the spine before too. Spine is how those nerves work to come out of the spine to make your body feel either stressed or relaxed. And we get that. Once you get that, do you ever see your patients, when you talk to your patients, want a certain response? Do you ever just nod your head a little bit? You ever do that? I think it's like maybe a sales trick. I don't know what it is. But I go, does that make you feel stressed sometimes? And they go, yeah. And by nodding your head a little bit, you get that confirmation of them nodding their head too. At that point, they psychologically want to agree with you. They go, or at least it brings the wall down where they go, maybe that does make sense. You know, my stepson, he was applying out of high school to Barnes and Noble. And I'm like, okay, he goes, what do I do? I'm like, first I'm gonna dress you right. You know, I wanna make sure you have at least some shoes on, pants, a good pair of clothes on for 1, 2. And then when you talk to them and spend your experience, make sure you nod your head just a little bit. And when you want to interview, you got the job, obviously. You go in the interview, and as we all know, kids will show up, shorts, t-shirt, Barnes & Noble, flip-flops. 1, you're done. But when you communicate well enough with someone who is, say, 30, 40 is running a store, at that point, that communication is huge to get them to trust and like you, as we do also. Again, first impression, second, third impression. Can we get our patients to trust and like us so they get us to understand we can help them by the adjustment? Any questions about that before I rant on some more? That's what I do. So when I talk to my interns too, a lot of it is bedside manner. All right. Besides the adjustment, once you get into the room with them too, do you, as you guys already do, again, like attracts like, do you make sure that we're talking to them where you see their eyes and go, does that make sense? We're going to adjust your neck. You may hear some popping. You may not, but we want to make sure you're comfortable with that, and nod your head a little bit more too. You know, you have headaches coming from here. Adjust this area here. And I always, if a spouse comes with a patient for 1, 2, I always tell the spouse, because they'll come in the room with them, they're concerned about them, everything. I go, I want you in the room for the adjustment too, because I tell them I need a witness. And they laugh a little bit, right? So you want to make sure you're making them comfortable the whole time. When you get them to, and you probably read this already too, when you make them comfortable, they may laugh, may go, they smile maybe. Patients that don't smile, don't say anything, I'm like, this will be so much a fun, great first new patient, never come back again. So I always tell patients too, when they ask a lot of questions the first day, I tell them, I love questions. That helps me understand your problem, helps me understand what's going on with you, so I can help you get better and feel better. Make sure this visit is good for you, get the most out of your first visit. Yes?
You mentioned having a family member come in and watch you adjust them.
Hmm?
Do you remind them that it's not a lesson in chiropractic?
What do you mean?
I saw the doctor do this. I can do this at home for you.
I love it. I go, please try. That means your wife will be back tomorrow looking for my help because you're going to probably hurt her.
Okay.
I'm straightforward. I go, that'd be awesome. That's job security for me. In a joking way, you know? I don't get that very often, but I've had patients come to my office where chiropractors have taught them how to adjust each other. That's why they're in my office. This is why I've been practicing for 30 or 20 years and took about, I think, 4 or 5 semesters of learning how to adjust people and experience. So usually that's very rare to happen. Go, oh, I tried this before too. I'm like, that would be awesome. She'll be back tomorrow if I can help her. So usually is the husband who go, I got this down, versus, hey, sit in the corner, pay attention, let me help your wife. You know, but I want them to understand this is not a secret thing. I want the spouse there, one thing to see their reaction when they adjust their spouse, at that point their wife or husband, but also want them there to actually experience the secondary point, because what is that spouse or friend in the room going to be? The next patient. And go, man, I need the same thing. Wow, that felt. When the patient stands up and goes, wow, that feels much better. When they check your posture, like they're probably thinking, I guess I'm next. Or as we all know, the spouse is bringing the husband in because she's having problems, but he has more problems. She's there as the first, you want to call it sacrificial lamb, to get checked out first by this crazy chiropractor. Then he'll see the chiropractor next. That happens a lot, right? To all of us. You know? You're like, why is the husband here? Oh, and she'll say them separately, he has back problems too. He wanted me to come in first. I'm like, I know. So having in the room allows, I call it a witness, but someone else already hearing what you're going to do, seeing their friend or family member get the adjustment. At that point, when a spouse or family member or a friend even sees their friend or spouse getting adjusted, what's their normal reaction from the first adjustment, from the person in the room? What do you guys get normally? What's their reaction? What's the number one reaction you guys normally get? They start laughing. Like, ha, you finally got him for me. Especially if it's a spouse, right? Especially if it's a husband getting adjusted. And then the wife's like, you got him for me. They'll start laughing for 1, 2. Also, when the patient gets adjusted themselves for the first time, what are the 3 common reactions from the first adjustment? You guys remember? You guys go through this with your patients? I always tell them afterwards. I go 3 common reactions: laughing, crying, or Tourette's. Especially guy patients sometimes too. I had one patient, Mary, I adjusted her. Her daughter's in the room too. I speak some Spanish, but I adjusted the mom, and she speaks full Spanish. She goes, "Madre mia." I was like, then the daughter started laughing. It was great. So having the spouse in the room allows them to kind of keep that pressure down in the room too. Keeps that tenseness down. So you get, those are funny things you can experience with your patient that allows them to go, allows them, when they have an emotion, right? We all have emotions. We have our emotion with that first adjustment. What does it do? It kind of sticks with them. When we have an emotion with an event, that sticks with you as a memory, again, primitive thinking, for 1, 2, as something to where, wow, I remember my first adjustment. It was something. I laughed, I cried, I had Tourette's, whatever it was. You know? So that, because no one knows what it's going to be, right? You can't, do you ever prep your patients? You're going to laugh when you get your first adjustment or cry, whatever. You don't know. We don't know. At least I don't know. I'm not that intelligent to know that stuff. But can we give our patients a chance to, after the first adjustment, especially if I adjust people's neck seated, lying down. Seated one is sometimes pretty loud based on what they're going through. Do you give them a chance to kind of let it sit there? So I'll adjust someone and then take a step back for their first adjustment, just to one side, per se. I want to see how, let them kind of soak it in, per se. And have you guys ever been punched before from someone adjusting somebody? I have. I was too close. She works as a security guard. And I adjust her seat, and all of a sudden, I got a hook. I'm like, "Mary, what was that for?" She goes, "Just a reaction." She works like as a prison guard and also security too, because of our training and stuff. I'm like, so now I do adjust, but make sure I kind of step away for the first one. Because you don't know what the reaction's going to be. They may kick you or something like that too. You got to defend yourself sometimes. You never know what's going to happen. So when you're adjusting one, you guys ever had experience too where once you adjust them and they cry, they let their emotion out? I just give them room to breathe, you know? Let them sit there and understand that that's normal to happen. You ever adjust someone or ever happen to you where you're doing something even just in your personal life and someone excites? I experienced to where my water heater went out in my house, right? Guy comes in and he goes, and he tries to fix it and goes like, "Man, this is bad. This is really bad." I go, I think his name was it John or Joe or something? I go, "Joe, you're not making me feel better about the situation. I'm trying to feel better, not worse about the situation. Just tell me what the news is. Tell me what it is. You need a water heater. $1,200. Okay, not a big deal." You know, but when you try to make it, do you ever go patient or hear even younger doctors too? You just, I'm like, "Oh man, wow, are you okay?" Does that help someone? Does your reaction help to understand, was that good or was that bad? So can you help them go your first adjustment and go, how did that feel? Does that feel better? Does that feel like I released something? Can you help them relax more? Again, first impression, so they know your adjustment helped them relax, feel less pain, feel better today, tomorrow, whatever it's going to be. Can you give them an expectation of what they should experience by your reaction being more relaxed versus, "Oh, are you okay? Does that feel okay?" Because when you're anxious, what's the patient going to feel? Anxious, right? Can you make sure they're going to feel relaxed as you're relaxed also? You know, this is why I love what I do, because that first adjustment allows them to really feel the benefit of chiropractic, right? And when you give the expectation of this posture is going to feel better, that body's going to feel better. Oh, you got it? Perfect. Oh, that's me. Oh, see, we had to redo the other thing. Cool. No big deal.
There you go. I'll send it
Perfect.
to you and you can edit
Yeah.
as you like.
Perfect.
You just use this pointer.
What does that do?
Just,
Your technology not
right.
savvy. Right, left? Perfect.
You see, I teach you this. You
What?
teach me
Wow.
podcast.
Really? And one thing, as you saw here too, let's go back here. is besides being a chiropractor, also do a podcast, health podcast here, Crooked Spine Show. People thought that was pretty funny. Crooked Spine Show. There's my hashtags of Instagram, TikTok. Do you guys, and this is not part of the adjusting thing, do you guys use social media to explain chiropractic? You guys have your own office Facebook page, YouTube, Instabook, Instagram, Tic-Tac-Toe, all those social medias. You guys ever use Tic-Tac-Toe? Anybody? TikTok? No? But I put some stuff on TikTok, I'm like, maybe. But I link most of the stuff on Facebook and YouTube. YouTube, I like YouTube a lot. This will be on YouTube later on too. It's educational, sits there forever. That's my library. I've done it since 2012, I think, since YouTube came out. I did the long format videos like, this is back pain. This is where it comes from. This is how you treat it. This is what comes from, like a 10-minute video. Now it's like more shorter videos besides my podcast and my longer workshops for one too. But it allows you, one thing, not only for patients to see that, which is part of it, ROIs, return on investment is okay, but allows you also to continue to practice communicating with your patients what you do and what you do and what you do. That's why I love having interns. And one thing, why are interns great? Interns from different schools, whatever it might be. Even I have a
Free labor.
Yes, free labor. Love it. Free labor, love it. You know how to put people on tables, how to clean the tables, how to get the ice packs for me too. The stuff that it takes me like 3 seconds, have them do. But also it gives them a chance for me to explain this to them every time they come in. Or they come in and go, Johnny, see what you're wearing? Yeah, Doc, I forgot my leather shoes today. All right, I'll see you next time. So it gets them to understand, okay, this is standard. We want to have standard in our office. You don't have the standard, see you later. And go. And I have my patients, again, these are interns that are in school, again, free labor, but they don't communicate very well because they're more book knowledge. They just haven't learned it yet. So I tell my interns, make sure before you leave today, you'll be here for about an hour and a half or so. Don't keep them too long because they have their lives. I go, I want you to make sure when you're in the room with me, remember every patient's name before you go. Tell them before you go, every patient's name. They go, okay. So I go, first time they go, I think that was Tim, that was Sal. I'm like, no, this is not, it's not, if you need to, you should learn, that's this you need to learn. I go, this is the reason why bedside manner is so important because you remember someone's name. And when I get them, they go, oh, okay, that makes sense. Gets them to understand, gets the light bulb to come off, it's important to be here. It's important to be with the patient when you're with the patient, not just see them, boo them, treat them, get them heck out. So even though my treatments are not very long, I make them efficient to where I want to make sure I understand their problem, because they're not their first visit, what they're going through right now, how I'm going to help them, treat them, and give them instructions what to do afterwards too. Do you guys do that with your patients? I see patients for maybe 5 minutes. What do you do in the next 23, 55 hours a day to either help their health or make their health worse? How do they sit? How do they stand? How do they move? For one, for me, I'll tell my patients here, beyond the standing posture, my checklist for standing posture is basically heels, hips, shoulder, and head against the wall, 30 seconds. When you take a step forward, walk on your heels, heel to toe, not on your midfoot or forefoot where we were before. I said your default before, your posture was here. Let's make your posture back here over time. I get them to do the same thing with me, so I demonstrate, but also the same thing with me, so they feel the difference. Again, we want to remember things, right? How do we remember? Our 5 senses. Hearing, sight, touch, smell. There's another one too, I forgot what it is. But we want to get our body back here, heel to, so take 4 or 5 steps. How's that feel? Feels okay. Okay, next time I do the same thing with you, make sure that works better for you. Why does checking someone's posture sometimes the first day important to do? Why do you think that is? If their default posture has been like this for the last 5 years, 3 years, a year, because their work position, how far they drive, they're changing jobs, at that point, they had this posture for a long time. It didn't cause pain until yesterday. So now default's here. We give them time for their brain, their cerebellum, as we know, controls your coordination balance, to reset back here by starting day 1. So then over time, they get here again, so this doesn't feel good anymore. Give them that opportunity to understand their posture was the reason why they're here today. It just took time for the pain to happen. Same thing with sitting too, right? So with sitting, Someone's sitting, normally they're doing what? When they sit. Like that, right? Normal sitting. I tell them, put their feet underneath them, either if a small chair like this on the side. If you can't go on your toes, I tell them use the back of the chair as decoration. Don't even use it. Knees below the hips, so your body's more upright here instead of being here. I always do that too for some reason. When someone's in bad posture, I go, doesn't that hurt? And nod their head. You know, again, we want to trick them so they understand what proper is. So how does that feel when you bring your legs back behind you, Mrs. Jones, knees below your hips, body up, back contracted, shoulders back. I'll have them do the same thing. Put your hand behind your lower back, hands here, and push back with this hand and push forward this hand till you feel uncomfortable. And what I do initially, I go, how does that feel the first time? I look at their face, because their face will tell you, are they uncomfortable? They go, ugh. They go, perfect. I want you to feel uncomfortable. I would a spouse in the room too, or the family member. I go, look, see, look at their face. They go, what? I'm like, that's where I want you to stay. Because we're uncomfortable, what do? Then we understand that has to change. That'll stress our brain, right? If we're uncomfortable, that stresses our brain. They go, oh, what is that? Do that long enough, becomes our normal. When you work out for 1-2, say go for a walk for the first time in a while, you had an injury or something, does it feel good? No. But we know long term, it's going to feel good by doing that walk for a while every day. By sitting like that every day, that'll become your normal, comfortable. Boom, your default has changed so the pain doesn't come back. Do I want our patients to get better? We do. Because they're gonna know I felt better by doing that better position. So when I'm not in position, I want to see the chiropractor again. Right? This is a way to, reverse psychology, if you want to call it that, to get them to feel better, do better things for their health long term. So you don't have to. I tell them I don't have to see you. I don't want to see you because that's what is our best referral source? Right? Other patients. Boom. My staff knows every time a new patient comes in the door, or once they come in the door, we have our notebook of new patients, and we write down their name, where they came from, Yelp, Google, friend, whatever it is too, and who the friend was, and also they have insurance, cash, personal injury. We don't take work comp or HMO insurance. So those are 3 categories, I think. So I want to know, end of the month, I'll get that list from my staff. I want half of those people on that list, probably about 40, 45, 50 new patients, to be from referrals. Because that tells me we're doing a good job. If your patients are coming from social media management, Yelp, Google all the time, that's good for a little bit, but then why aren't your patients referring their friends, family, coworkers? Why not? What are we doing wrong in my office? That's what I'm telling myself, that they're not getting the referrals from them because they should be the ones telling their friends, family members, and coworkers to come into the office. Again, I told my patients, I had someone come in Eugene on Friday, real nice guy, Italian guy, retired, loves to play tennis, right? Tennis guy. I don't know if he's taking pickleball up yet or not. He goes, man, remember me? I'm like, I remember you, but what's your name? Eugene. Oh, yeah. And he came in probably about 10 years ago. Now he had a knee injury. His back's hurting because he didn't recover properly. He tried to play tennis right away. So he goes, I remember you're a good guy, you know? And I remember you saw my wife too. Remember that? I'm like, yeah. So it's something to where when you treat someone well, they'll help you not have to go out there and do spinal. Did you guys ever do spinal screenings before? Yeah, I've done them before too. When I was worked at UPS, is down there's one down in Ontario, the hub. Go there at 6 in the morning. Imagine coming, hey, set up your table, whatever it was, too. Ask some questions for 1-2. I worked for a doctor in Rancho. Had me do like a mattress place before too. Some of the fairs right now in our Upland there's Lemon Festival, and it's an old school festival. You have vendors and booths all everywhere, like anything you would, and we do that sometimes too. Now it's like, those are nice. Those are great. Doctors that want to do that, fantastic. I don't really. Not that I don't want to. I have enough people coming to my door. Not that whatever. But my referrals are your huge thing, right? Can we get referrals from patients that understand what we do? Because by the time they come in, it's first patient. If I have a chance to look at the book, I go, who sent you in here? I go, Richard. Richard's been great. Richard sent me. I'm like, oh, I love Richard. He's a great guy. Boom. Here, they know. I know Richard. Richard knows to tell them what we do in our office. they're already a patient in the office. It's not even an option. Because you've broken that first barrier of what does a chiropractor do? How is that chiropractor? How's that person? How's that doctor? By having that experience, you've already allowed them to know they're already comfortable in your office. You just got to figure out what their problem is, help them their problem, boom, they're for somebody else. But by watching that stats, I'm not a big stat guy, but knowing who's coming in the office every month, who came in, where they came from, I don't care about the insurance stuff, cash, whatever, doesn't matter to me. But at that point, you know, am I doing a good job or not? I work with a partner. I have my partner and I, he's been longer than me, about probably 5, 6 years longer than me. I went to the same school. And I have my staff Bonnie, like I mentioned before, too. She's been there forever, decades. And also I have 2 other staff. We see about 300 people a week. We're open 5 days a week, not some weekends anymore because I just want to work weekends anymore. Sorry, done. Done weekends, done. So can we make your office efficient, so you don't need a lot of people all the time? I have a buddy of mine, great guy in Corona. He has his chiropractic office, him and a partner per se, and 4 staff and 10 massage therapists. What is his overhead every month? A lot. So can we make our office simple so the overhead of our office doesn't worry about us? We can just focus on the patient. Keep things simple as possible. That's all of us, right? By doing what we do, again, back to posture, back to everything else also, with the adjustment, helping our patient understand what we do. By helping our patient understand what we do outside 23 hours a day of seeing you, can we get them to understand that's important? How you sit throughout the day, how you stand throughout the day, how you move. Do you also give your patient exercise to do at home? Do you guys do that sometimes? I have, because I do social media stuff and YouTube, all the things too. On my YouTube, you can check them out if you want. I have about probably 30 exercises I give my patients based on their problem. Neck problem, about 4 or 5. Low back, about 4 or 5 for 1, 2. Shoulder, knees, hips, whatever it might be. To help them relearn good position based on their problem by giving things to do at home. Stretching twice a day maybe, ice afterwards based on neuropathy or how severe the pain is. But allows them to give them, why is homework important for a patient? Why is that important, you think?
Keeps them accountable to the process.
So when I see Johnny, if I saw Johnny on Friday, when I see Johnny on Monday, hey, how'd the exercises go? I send him the videos that sometimes same day, next morning if I'm too busy. I'll send them next day, just email, boom, boom, boom. So email that, because I have a little list on my webmail for 1, 2. Send me stretches. And also what I'll do too, that same day if they came in the morning, or the next day if they came in the afternoon, I'll also call them. Why is calling someone important sometimes? Again, not everybody. Why is that important? Why would that help you or help the patient? A quick phone call, 2 seconds.
Shows you care.
Yes. Good. Is there so many things you can do to show you care? Takes 2 seconds, right? I tell people, I called you because I have a lot of rollover minutes from like 2005 or something like that. A lot of rollover minutes, especially if there'd been that same era of having a cell phone where you had to pay per minute back then. But can we give someone a quick chance to go, hey, how'd your visit go? Did you get the emails I sent you, or the extras I sent you too? Do you remember to do the ice packs also? I'll put it on the email to put, make sure you ice 15 minutes after your stretches. Boom, takes 2 seconds. By doing that quick phone call, did you get those? Great, how'd it feel? Great, I'll see you on Monday. Make sure your stretches. Okay, doc, done. Boom, took 2 seconds. So can we spend enough, again, this is just what I do, but can you do things in your office or maybe your off times for 2 seconds to help them, again, show you care? But take care of that one person may know 10 people that need your care and help. So by the time you get them here on the table, this is part of your process, as we all know, to get them to feel better. But after you feel better, how are you going to maintain that? Let's go back to, you adjust them, to go back to sitting like this again at work. You didn't tell them how to sit. There you go. My back never felt better. Chiropractor, didn't really help. So by having someone go, chiropractor really didn't help. Does that help you have a good reputation? No. So can you give them, hey, my chiropractor, my back felt better from the adjustment, but also you showed me some stretches to do to make sure my back stayed better. Ooh, can we make someone feel better and make them feel like things are healing not just feel better for the moment, the adjustment. What's your number one thing with chiropractic, the myths per se, the stereotypes? When you start seeing chiropractic, you're always going to want to go back because it never really fix anything. Whatever. But I go, no, if you do the right things to actually understand what the problem is and help them understand with the strategies I had mentioned to feel better all the time, be accountable for their own health. Do you guys ever tell your patients, hey, you're your best doctor? You are your best doctor. Not me, not your primary care physician, not your ortho, not your nutritionist, not your trainer, whatever. By learning what to do for you, you can take care of your health. My job as your chiropractor, your health advocate, is to make sure I give you enough information to start that process. So then your job, once you feel better, is to then ask me more questions how to help you feel better. And then I don't sell, I just do chiropractic, man. I'm a simple chiropractic guy. I don't sell vitamins, I don't sell pillows, I don't do anything else. Because I want to make sure they know it's because of me, my partner, our adjustments, all of us, that have helped them get to that state of point where they can start taking care of their own health, right? What do we do? We're self-healers. We help our patients self-heal. So understand that process. Once you started, then your job is to, yes, do your stretches. Then I also ask them, what's your favorite activity? Which activity is like? What do you like to do? Like the bike ride, like to walk, like to run, like to play pickleball, like to do lawn bowling? I don't know. Whatever it is, something they can start doing. Why is something fun they should do important for them to start? For patient compliance, right? If you tell someone who doesn't bike, hey, I want to start biking 3 miles a day, they go, I don't even own a bike. All right, then we're done. Or I want to start running. I want to start walking 3 times a day. I hate running. Sorry. You go, what do you, when you ask the question, what do you like to do for fun, activity-wise? That's what I tell my patients. They go, I like to go golfing per se. Good. Stick out, because your back's starting to feel better. Go outside if you're a golfer, you know. Just do some chipping. Just here. Work on this. If it starts feeling better, good to feel better now. Now let's take some of your irons, go a little bit higher up in your backyard. Just don't tell your wife to start cutting the grass or digging holes in the ground for one too. And over time, okay, let's go to the range. So you get them to progress in their routine, what they like to do. That point they go, man, I enjoy golfing again. I haven't golfed in 10 years. Come back. Boom. That point they feel better emotionally, physically, and now it's something they can do to stay healthy, right? Get our patients healthy. They're going to be your best way to get more people in your office and again, get them to experience the adjustment by what you help them get through their life with. Is people's lifestyle kind of crazy right now? Always doing something. Kids, how many people have young kids? Anybody? How old are your kids? 14, 12. You're like in the beginning of the second quarter. Mine are like 21, 31, and 25. I'm done. Out of there. I have one more at home like, come on, buddy. You got to figure things out. Come on. But something to where when you have younger kids, they go, hey, man, that's tough. That's not easy. Because you're being, I enjoyed it too, you're being, as a chiropractor, you can do this, be a good dad along with being a chiropractor. When my daughter was young, I had one kid and I had 3 stepkids. I helped in the classroom every Friday. Went on field trips all the time. Took the kids, Thursdays, I'd give them a half day at school, go, grab your stuff, we're going to the beach. Boom, let's go. Grab your friends, whatever. You know? I was like that, because once you get to it's almost like, once you get to junior high, they go, my daughter said, Dad, I'm going to go hang out with Sally. I'm like, okay, whatever. I had my moment. It was fun.
Yep, that's what the oldest is doing.
Yeah, you're like,
Friends now.
okay, good, whatever. When we drop you off? Movies, friend's house? What time want to pick you up, right? Which is cool, whatever. You went through that process. But can we enjoy our lives as chiropractors, right? So this becomes easy. If our life is stressful, what happens is over time it just eats at us, and this becomes stressful too. How many colleagues do you know that have retired because they burned out? A lot of them. A lot of them. What does burnout mean? They didn't enjoy this because maybe their personal life wasn't where it could have been. Or even too, they were a work comp doctor back in the 90s, early 2000s, before it got killed. You know, I knew one doctor. He had $1 million practice near San Diego. and he saw the tidal wave coming of the state coming down and going, hey, we're not going to allow this anymore. Started getting his bills denied. So he sold everything and got out. Sold his x-ray facility per se, plus he had PT building too at the same time for maybe like $1 million. Nah, on what it was. But it was, by the time work comp died, it was worth zero. So when you're a single field chiropractor, meaning that if you just take one insurance or just do work comp or just do PI, do you leave yourself you don't have another rope to stand on if that goes away. When you're a family practice, things can happen back and forth, things go up and down, that's life. We always have that half cash, half insurance. You always have that referral base. Not the attorneys per se, because they're good too, but people that just like you. When you're in one area for a long time, it just takes time to build up your routine. Your reputation per se as an office, as a person, so they come and see you. Any questions yet? Any comments? This guy's kind of how you guys practice. Like, this guy's full of This kind of makes sense though? Keeping it very simple. But again, if you're just in practice now, hey, keep going, keep going, keep going. I practiced when I was first in practice 6 days a week, 2 half days and a Saturday morning for a couple hours for 1, 2. Just saw as many people as I can. Even I remember my staff said, remember on Labor Day weekend? Remember those weekends you make us come in on Mondays? I'm like, yeah, I'm so sorry. For a couple hours, It's just see like 10, 15 people. Now it's like, okay, guys, I always ask my staff now, hey, do you guys want to work on Monday, Labor Day weekend? I'm like, heck no. I'm like, I didn't think so. Never mind. Just want to ask a question,
Actually, a question for
Yes.
you. So since you have a partner,
Mhm.
do you guys co-manage patients, or is your patients just your patients and they only trust you?
I co-manage. We co-manage. Love it. We treat the similar ways, diversified for 1, 2, very simple. And so when I have patients come in, I'll see them on Friday, and then I'll come back maybe on a Tuesday, but I don't work on Tuesday. That's my partners. So I want to make sure.
Do you ever have patients be like, oh, but I only want to see you?
Of course. That's part of life. And I don't know what I did. It's something's done. But it is, but I try to avoid that. I don't want to expect it, because what that does, then all of a sudden, our partnership is 50-50. So if I'm seeing 75 patients, that's not good. So I want to make sure they can see everybody. That makes it convenient for them. I tell them this is my secret, whatever. If they have a low back problem, I tell them, hey, you're seeing me today, but I'm not going to be on Monday. My partner's a low back specialist. Aren't we all low back specialists? Are we all neck specialists? I'm going to have them see you on Monday. Before I leave that night on the chart, we do old school chart, just like a piece of paper. I'll put on notes, has sciatica right side, his hips on the x-rays are tilted this way, he has an L5S1 problem. Boom, he knows, my partner knows, been there for 20 years together, what to do at that point. So having that ability to co-manage patients like you had mentioned frees you up for the next few patients. Do something else. So sometimes it will happen though, where I'll be there, especially when some of my senior patients come in on Wednesday now. So I'll have like 4 rooms booked up with just me. I'm like, dude, partner, get to work until he doesn't see a new patient. We'll split the work for one that way, or do more charts. But having that balance for 1, 2 allows you that time off if needed to do other things if you want to. But that's what I always like doing that, And again, you have people that have been there forever, because we've been there forever, that want to just see him. I go, fantastic, take some work off of my shoulders. Save myself. But that's the thing is, do you work with a partner now, or?
I have another doctor in the office, but we're
Separate.
totally separate practices.
Cool. Where it
But
works.
I mean, like if he takes the day off and patients still want to get adjusted, like if they're cool with me, they'll come and see me.
Perfect. I have a buddy of mine who just I worked with before. He works in a practice in Pasadena, and he works in someone else's office on his off days. But like you mentioned, same thing. Sometimes his patients can't go to the guy who owns the practice, so see him on his off days. He just pays him like per visit $20, $30, something like that. Makes it easy for 1, 2. Because when you make yourself available, they're going to want to see who's available.
Yeah.
Especially if they know that doctor works with that guy for a long time or girl for a long time. They go, they must be in their mind they're thinking they must be similar. So it makes it easy. Plus keeps you busy too. All of us for 1, 2. But it's something when you work with a partner, when some people like, some people don't, allows you the benefit of not only picking someone else's brain for, say, an x-ray problem or a back problem or a neck problem, but also giving someone, a patient, a second opinion on their next visit. Right? So it's a double benefit. You get two doctors. I tell them, you have two doctors working on you, so any questions you have for me that I can't answer, let me ask my partner. Any questions you think that I can't help you with, ask my partner. So two doctors are better than one, I think, in that sense, because it allows them the second opinion benefit, also more access the days you're not there, which is great too. By using that, my line is that if the patient has a neck problem, and my partner is a neck specialist, I'll have him see you next time. Is that okay? I go, yeah, great. I want to see a specialist. Perfect. Why not? Because we're all specialists. Huh? Trickery, in a good way, hopefully. That's one thing that does help most people to the convenience of that. My partner didn't have a partner for a long time. You just get beat up. You know, when you work solo in a practice, especially a family practice, somebody just get tired. Like once a month, I'll take like a half day off. Go, hey, my partner's named Brian. Hey, Brian, I'm going taking the Wednesday off. Okay, whatever. No big deal. I already told the staff, they called the patients, they'll be back tomorrow. So it allows you I want to say not burnout, but just feel tired all the time. You know? Plus my wife always wanted to go on vacation. She's like, okay, let's go on vacation again somewhere. I don't know. So when you have that benefit, it really gives you the chance to not only rest, but even also during COVID, right? If I had COVID twice, I had long COVID now, I guess by definition. When you're sick, can you have someone still in the practice, running the practice, keeping the practice open when you can't be there? Have an injury, or would right now, as we've gone through too, I had my daughter graduate from college. Other one, she had another nephew graduate from college too, so I was gone for a couple of days because of graduations. Practice stayed open the whole time. So it allows you the benefit of keeping that practice open and not closed because you can't be there for one too. Does anyone here ever work at the Joint before? I have. I worked there like 3 hours, 4 hours a week right now. Boom, done, easy. I work there because I get all my paperwork done. Get my videos done. I do these videos here and I edit them during the thing too. I see maybe 15, 20 people, easy. But allows me to talk to other doctors for one also and just continue practicing your craft the whole time. People don't even know. During COVID, none of us knew what was going to happen, right? During COVID, you guys practiced during COVID? I'm like, what the heck? How many times do you wake up in the morning and go, okay, dentists are closed, physical therapists are closed, massage therapists are closed. Are we next? Anyone think about that? I check the website every day. I'm like, crap, we're good one more day. One more day. So we don't know. So I go, if I can work somewhere else, part-time per se, and just kind of keep my foot in the door, just in case this doesn't happen, okay, we're going to be okay. We had a big practice, so we're okay for one too. But by me working somewhere else for a little bit too, allows me to go, what else is going out there? What else is going on?
What was your pay there?
I think it was like $45 an hour. Easy. You know, like just for showing up and being an employee. When you own your own practice, who likes all the, when you own practice, when you see that as a grass is always greener, when you're an employee, it's so much easier. Show up, get paid. My biggest thing doing the Joint was, and I still do part-time, is remember to sign in, sign out. You have to go on an app and sign. I'll call my manager, go like, hey Brandon, can you hook me up again? Yeah, thanks, appreciate it. Okay, I have like an hour later, I'm like, crap, forgot to sign out. Versus when you leave your office, like just lock the door, you go home. I'm like still, like last week, I'm like, Brandon. It's like, yeah, I got you. I just forget. But you show up, you adjust patients, put some chart notes in, blah, 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 and you're done for the day. Stress-free, man. Stress-free. People are like, oh, your practice is so great. I'm like, yeah, it's nice. Then you get the bills, you're like, oh, okay. Staff doesn't show up. Staff problem. Whoever has staff problem before? You guys have staff in your office? I love it. Oh my gosh. I had one where she was phenomenal. She was great. She came in the office, but she went on maternity leave and goes, hey, I'm going to take a break. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Wanted to come back. Great. So I talked to my house manager. I kind of don't deal with all the, well, how much you want to get paid, what hours you want to work, to let my house manager deal with that. So she has the schedule and stuff. Come in Monday. Okay, we're all going to start on Monday. She was great staff. Come Monday, no show. Can't call her, can't text her, emailed her. Is she okay? I have no idea. Just no show, ghosted us. During the whole COVID time, it's kind of weird too for a lot of businesses. I'm like, what the F just happened? We had to find someone else. Now we have great, but it's when you have to find someone else, like, hey, what are we going to do? Osman's great. She covered a lot of shifts for once. We just need someone there to bring somebody back, answer the phones. run their credit card. That's all we need to do. But having someone there you can trust is hard to do. First in practice, very naive, very impatient, very angry per se. First, I would practice my first year, I fired 2 people. As I went, I brought into practice, fired 2 people. She goes, "What do you fire them for?" On the phone all the time, on their own personal phone all the time. People waiting in the waiting room, they're on their phone. I'm like, no. I had one person, massage therapist. I love him. I'd do it anymore. And massage therapist, she was asking, we'd have her schedule filled, and just this is owner-like complaints per se, our soapbox is, and she'd call like 10 minutes before a shift, "I'm feeling sick, I can't make it." That's nice.
I know the feeling.
Appreciate it. And then now that staff is scrambling, "Hey, sorry, she's sick, can't make it in." Again. And then she started asking for extra tip. We pay her, okay, maybe get $5 tips, and I'm like, ask for $20 tips. My staff, my patients knowing me, they go, "Hey, what's that for?" I'm like, "I have no idea." Called her in Saturday, and go, "Hey, I'm letting you go." He goes, "Why?" "Well, you asked for extra tip, always late, or you don't show up because you're sick for the 3rd time this month." And she tells me, her rebuttal is, "Well, if I knew you'd fire me for being late and sick all the time, I would have shown up on time."
Okay.
Yes. This is why I'm firing you. Don't cry. No, don't cry. Don't cry. Just give me your keys and walk out, please. And the problem is, my partner, his wife works for a big real estate firm, so their bureaucracy is, got to give them a verbal warning, a written warning, a sit down, and blah, blah, blah. I just fire them. So my staff, my office manager knows, give her 2 weeks severance pay and get her out. Bye-bye. When you have staff that doesn't, I want to say bad or good, staff that's not to your standard, who's a reflection of?
It's just reliability.
Yes. If they're not reliable, are you reliable?
Yeah.
If they're bad, are you bad? Why are you watching your staff?
Yeah, we take the brunt of it.
Yes. You get the hit.
They're our employees.
Yes. You get the bad review on Google or Yelp. They're blah, 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 that staff and blah, blah, blah. It's your Yelp. It's your Google. So having a good standard in your office, and it's not hard, it's not easy to do all the time, having that standard of someone you can trust, who's part of your practice, that can just smile in the morning, show up to work, make the patients feel good, should be minimum what you should expect. When you have so much staff, though, it's almost like, okay, who's that person? What's going on there? Personal life is crazy, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I avoid that stuff. But having a massage therapist, after COVID, because of COVID, that was a reason we can't do massage therapy because of COVID, we just stopped that completely. We just adjust people, put them on the table, ice pack or heat pack, and get the heck out of the office. It makes it a lot easier, because the more people you have, more bodies you have in your office, the reflection on you can't control a lot of that. Hard to do sometimes, especially when you're even not even there. That's the hard part.
Yeah. I mean, massage therapists in general, in my experience, are just super flaky.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what?
I do this. I have in my office, I have cards and a file. Go, here's one I trust in your area. Here's the one in your area that I trust. You want a male or female? Boom, here you go. Want weekends? Here's this one over here. Boom. I'd rather do a referral, so by doing a referral instead of having in your office, what does that do? It leaves one barrier, so it's not a reflection of you, reflection of them, of what they do with them. Because you probably trust them also. Hey, I know Marco, he's a good guy. He does sports therapy. I trust him. If you have any questions, here's information. Go for it for 1, 2. By doing a referral at that point, you're not accountable if they have a good or bad experience. You've helped them get the referral. I said, I trust I've seen him before too, he's a good guy. They come back and it was okay. Sorry about that. But it's a reflection in their mind of that massage therapist, not of your practice, not your reputation. Even staff too, same thing. If the staff gives a patient a hard time, how many people when they're nervous that they laugh? Just in general. When someone's nervous, they laugh. Can that be taken the wrong way from a staff to a patient? Patient goes, hey, I see a doctor, I know you guys closing in 5 minutes, but can I still see them? And this patient goes, no, I'm sorry. And they start getting mad. And the staff starts laughing out of anxiety or out of feeling just not right. That patient can take that the wrong way, then boom, another bad review. So having staff, training them right and understanding what their quirks are, Same thing, I had a massage therapist cover my front desk and that happened. I'm like, thanks, strike two, fantastic, we're almost done with you. So it allows you to understand that staff, hey, that's not the right way to do it. And I train my staff also, kind of watch them, see what they do, and go, hey, maybe try it this way. When you bring them back, maybe do it this way instead. And a lot of it is when you kind of like help them little parts along the way, you go, hey, you're doing a great job, maybe try it this way. When you build confidence in your staff to really help you, and when you help them get them to the next level, they feel better too, right? They like coming into work. My staff, I think they work maybe like 20 hours a week. I have 2 part-time staff. One retired mom and one, she's 24 years old. Great family, good people. But when you have that ability to have them, trust them to be a reflection of you, that stress in your mind as a business owner goes away. At least minimal, per se. You still got to worry about bills and all that stuff too, insurances and payroll taxes, FICA, whatever it's called. Things you have to do for your patient or your staff for one too. But it allows you to really see the benefit of just practicing, being with a patient, not worrying about why isn't that phone being answered in the other room. Do you guys have been practicing long enough to know which door is being open or closed, which patient room for 1, 2? Is it the front door, the back door? Which phone's ringing also for 1, 2? Why is it ringing so long? So in my mind, I kind of know where the doors are, and so when my office is doing paperwork, I know when the staff, because we have separate rooms, brings in room 1, room 2, room 3, room 4. When they're filled, or at least 2 are filled, then I'll go in the room and treat them. Give them kind of a chance to relax, then go in there and see them for 1, 2. So when you have that ability to kind of feel your office, you know if things are going well or not going well. Sometimes I walk out of my new patient, because we have our x-ray over here. The new patient is the reported findings room over there too. Walk out and go, man, the office is full right now. Wow. So at that point, boom, boom, treat people, clear them out, then get that new patient to a room. So, but then my staff knows too how to read me and read the patient of what's going on in the office. When you have that staff that goes, hey, we have doctor the new patient, but we have 3 people waiting for about 5 minutes now, let the doctor know. You can trust your staff to know that and feel that. At that point, boom, that point you're not getting behind per se. In the sense where people aren't waiting. I'm impatient, so I'm waiting too long per se too. But I like, go back to the joint too and back to other clinics or franchises like that. Why do people go there sometimes? It's cheaper, convenience. If they're a truck driver, they can go from California, Arizona, Atlanta, Chicago, wherever they're going to go. But why do some chiropractors stay at the joint like I do, of some lead per se too? A lot of it, what I've heard from them and just seeing the big picture is they like the doctor. They like the doctor there. They want to see that doctor there. They even tried to fire me one time. I'm like, whatever. I go, no, we need you there because there's 5 patients want to see you in that 1 hour. Oh, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. But allows you to understand you can do what you do now, you can do anywhere. That helped me understand that too. My office is okay. I'm good. I love my office. It's great. But I can do it anywhere I want to do it because of your hand skills. What else? Communication. Your like attracts like per se. Your bedside manner. Your will to communicate with your patients why that's better, why that's worse. Where the pain come from. Was it your posture? Was it lifting something up for 1, 2? Or was it there for a long term? And with the problem with the joint that I found for 1, 2, a lot of turnover. Sometimes you get doctors that couldn't do well in private practice because they have, say, not good bedside manner, not a good reflection, in my sense, a good standard of care. So they go to the joint instead to work part-time, but they still, your mannerisms, your personality will always show up, what you do. So understanding that we can do what we want to do and maintain our good habits as communicators and obviously as adjusters too, allows us to take our trade anywhere as long as we stay healthy, right? Keep our own bodies healthy. Stretch every day. Strengthen when you can for 1, 2. Play golf when you can, just don't get hurt playing golf. Yes?
What's your day 1 appointment like at the joint?
At a joint?
Yeah, like a new patient.
Basically, they have them come in and they talk to staff first. They clear them for injuries, trauma. It's kind of a wellness center. At that point, you can't have an accident or a personal injury case open, along with work comp case injury open. No new trauma injuries. No work injuries per se. Okay, we're good. Not obviously not. Those are the main ones for 1 and 2. And then new paperwork. You bring them back and walk into the whole process like you would a normal office. Get them adjusted, and they want you to recommend a treatment plan. And their membership is basically a 2-month membership, 4 visits a month. That's their initial membership for 1, 2. Or you can do like sometimes they offer, sometimes they don't. A monthly fee you would pay like at a gym, and a monthly fee to come in. So maybe like $20 a month, I think maybe, and then $10 to come in for a visit. Yeah, but they obviously can sell packages too if you want to sell packages. So do they want you to do it? I'm like, I do sometimes, sometimes I don't. Sometimes my staff, Doug, he's great at work in my area. And he goes, hey, you haven't done new patient in a long time? I'm like, okay, I'll do new patient. Because usually I work with someone else there too. And I go, okay, new patient, like boom, boom, boom. Here's information. I go, Doug will talk about the treatment plan, what you want to do. This is what I recommend, blah, blah, blah. This is what we want to do. So I tell them and I always tell them this is what the joint offers as a treatment plan. So it's easy work.
So when like a PI patient comes in,
Oh, they're out. It's all cash.
Like, hey, go to Euclid Chiropractic.
Of course I will. For where I do the joint, it's pretty far away. Okay, I'm pretty far away. If you want, staff has my card. Go there if you want. I have a couple that did before too. I'm like, it's cool, whatever. But it's like my income from there is just income. That's it.
So you just work there like 1 day a week?
4 hours a day, 4 hours once a week. Yeah. That's it. Done my paperwork from my office. My video's done for the week. So I do about 3 videos per week as my social media. Put on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Sometimes TikTok too. As a short on Instagram and also as a short on YouTube also. That's so part of my practice, I've done a lot of social media for my practice for 1 and 2 as a way, again, reflection of our office. I do videos I did a video last week of a guy in interview from a podcast in Fort Lauderdale for hydrogen therapy. 1, 2. I'm like, cool, whatever. There's a podcast marketing company. They used to send me people. Hey, can you do a podcast this time? That's cool. I do them during my lunch break. So a half-hour lunch break, boom. Or we have 2.5-hour lunch break. Take my power nap also. You guys take power naps every day? Power naps?
Sometimes.
Every day, my friends, every day. Rejuvenates me. I get up at 4:15, 4:30 in the morning, so I need a power nap every day. I'm 50, man. I'm old. I'm getting there, you know? It's tough. I hear the laugh. They look at chuckles over there. But part of it is keep yourselves healthy, right? So I try to do that every day. But the joints, it's cool. It's easy. I show up, get paid. If I remember to check in, cool. If not, all right. Sometimes you have to do like these training things like harassment training or workplace stuff, blah. So I do that on my own time and charge them extra. I do it on my own time. But it's fun. I work with a partner. What I do I like to see younger doctors work there out of school, gets them a hands-on experience. I think it's phenomenal. There's another company too that does that. So you usually get mentored up if you can with another doctor that's been there for a while to help kind of guide them what's going on. So younger doctors, when they come out of school, when they come out of school, they've treated like maybe 30 people in their life. By seeing like 20 more people a day, how much more experience do you get every day by seeing someone every day? By seeing more patients every day. Getting paid I don't know what they pay him, I have no idea. But enough to survive, obviously. And at that point, get the experience. So now the guy I work with, now he's the one who started in Pasadena, working in someone else's office. Help him get there for 1, 2, give my 2 cents, get him practice forever, and then start that practice out. Get his social media going for 1, 2. Get him to understand communication, how important that is. Because when you're in school, why is California, we have schools up north, I think still, but Southern California University of Health Sciences, or I call it LACC, what do we learn there? How to pass the boards. Boom, that's about it. All right, I was fortunate enough to go into a practice after the 10th semester, after the first semester, and go and volunteer in a practice and learn how he practiced in Rancho. By the time I came out, I already was treating people per se, but also had a foot in the door. But some doctors, as you know, you're in school. I had someone from Florida, someone from the East Coast. They came out just for the school and wanted to go back and practice. They had no hands-on experience. But working at a joint like that or franchise like that, getting paid by the hour to work there and treat people, get the experience in the door. That's your residency per se. Getting paid for it also. So I like that as a way to start, then progress forward. 1, 2. Any questions? Anything beyond that?
Have you ever had any associates come on from the joint that you built relationships with, or is that kind of a no-no? You got to be careful how that works.
What do you mean associates?
Somebody to come in and work in your practice at Euclid from the joint.
Not yet, not yet. I have a few years till my partner may retire, maybe about 5, 6 years or so. So as I get closer to that, that's I have an intern sometimes to come and volunteer. I'll take them to lunch, whatever it is, too. But nothing. I was very honest with them. Hey, look, I'm not looking for associate now, but I don't mind if you come in here because I think the schools still have an externship too, where they have to do hours outside in practice. So I'll allow that to happen in my office with that. But I even have an intern right now that she came in from Cal State Fullerton. She's in my area also. She wants to work as a chiropractor. She's going to school, I think, starting next year, chiropractic school. By the time she comes out, maybe good timing to have a partner. Right now, my partner and I, we're just cruising. I'm 50, he's 56. He wants to work about 62, maybe a little bit longer. We just cruise. He works Monday through Thursday. Work together Monday and Wednesday. And then he works half days on Tuesdays and Thursdays. He has a place in Palm Springs. So heads out there in the desert and spends there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Comes back Monday. So I'm off Tuesday. Work the joint half day. Us afternoon, sometimes I hit the golf balls, whatever it is, to hang out with my wife. And then Thursday, I'm off to play golf somewhere. And I work Fridays. And weekends, no more. Yes, ma'am.
How does the malpractice insurance work at the joint? Because when I was fresh out of school,
Yeah.
I applied there, and they said they had to use their own malpractice, but they wouldn't tell me what the company was. And it was super sketchy, and so I was like, okay, forget it, I'm going to do something else. But now I'm thinking about it, I guess if you have your own practice malpractice, will it cover
It will,
the joint
yeah,
as well?
because it covers wherever you are.
Okay.
I have, I think, through NCMIC, which is the main company, I guess, I have 1 million, 3 million, which is pretty basic, I guess, for everybody. Because I'm part-time, I don't know about the inside of that stuff or their 401k process, I don't know. But that was more of like, you almost did my outside stuff first, is more coming in as a part-time. Yeah, but at that point, again, everyone I know that's there now is covered by it as full-time, so I guess it's enough, per se.
How many hours a week at your main practice do you do?
7 times 3, 21 hours.
And then what's considered part-time?
For me,
Well, part-time, according to the malpractice, or is it less than 30?
okay, I don't know. If we pay whatever we pay,
Yeah, I was gonna say I do
Yeah.
part-time too, but
Yeah.
like if I work at the joint or did anything
Yeah.
other than that, it's like that's gonna increase your hours.
yeah, I don't even know if, so does malpractice have like a part-time and then a
You should
full-time?
Look into it. It's
I don't
cheap.
know.
It's
Okay.
about half off.
Okay, I'll talk to my
So
staff and
talk
see.
to them and be like, hey, do you have a part-time rate?
This is the weakness of not knowing what happens in the back end.
Yeah.
I just go write the check and go,
Yeah, I discovered it. I'm like,
Yeah.
sweet, I'll just go.
it's
apply
good to
for
know. I just go, every month I go, because we get paid once a month, I go, okay, thanks, Bonnie, just gives me the check. I don't even ask, I don't know what it is. I don't know, I trust her. She runs the place. No, but something where when you understand our different options, again, malpractice, I'm on personal insurance for 1, 2, what else you might need. If you have an x-ray license, make sure it's current, make sure you cover that way too. Those are good, just basic things we all need. I don't know how you would practice. Can you get your California chiropractic license renewed if you don't have malpractice? I don't know if they check that or not. No.
I don't think they do.
They do. Okay. But still, would you ever want to get sued? No. You know, but a lot of it is when you take care of your own background stuff, so you can focus on this and seeing people. Yes.
Yes, they will check.
They will. Okay.
for time.
Okay.
I will let you know that if you do put your license on a part-time status,
Mm-hmm.
some insurance companies will check. So if you go part-time, yeah, it will reduce your malpractice insurance.
But is there a but to it?
You
If
just gotta stick
they
within the
check,
parameters.
yeah.
You just
Okay.
gotta
If they
be
check.
truly part-time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you have to be truly part-time, and the state board has to categorize you as a part-time. Say an incident happens,
Yeah.
and then you go into full investigation on there, and the insurance will go full investigation on there. And if they discover you're working 40 hours a week and you're
Yeah.
seeing so many patients a week, they're like, no, you're not part-time, sorry, so you are at fault or whatever.
Yeah.
There's penalties.
It's always buts. I was like, but
All these buts.
we're not going to cover this.
But it's, I mean,
Just follow the rules, man.
Is it based on? Is it based on? Is it based on patient volume too, or no?
yes.
Oh.
Yes,
Or how many hours you're or also is it based on how many hours the office is actually open per week?
It's just the hours
Okay.
you work
You
per
work.
week. General
Okay.
in the state of
Okay.
California, you're
Yeah.
considered full-time if you're averaging 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you're seeing a patient, it's an initial exam, and then you're seeing how many patients, how long do you take? How much are you charging for an initial exam? How many hours are you taking an initial exam? How many hours are you doing an adjustment? How many minutes are you doing modalities? What
Okay. Okay.
So they go into detail if you really want to think about it. So
It's like you open a can of worms.
out of patient's visit per hour type of deal.
Okay. Wow.
They get needy and greedy.
Yeah, it's like open a
It's
can
the
of worms.
insurance companies. It's not the state board. The state board will just follow the rules and the regulations. But if the insurance company catches you,
Ah.
that's when they send a note to
Yeah.
the state board and they say, you know what, you might want to put this chiropractor's license on hold because it's going to be under investigation. And that's when the state board slams the investigation.
Insurance companies. They don't want to pay.
Well,
bastards.
there's a lot of reasons to that, but
Yeah.
that will be my part.
Yeah. I know insurance companies, if your license is one day from being I guess approved per se. Like for example, if your birthday ends in June and you don't get relicensed till say the first week of July, the insurance companies will know by the weekend and start calling your office the next day. Hey, we're going to deny your bills. You have to resubmit your insurance bills because that doctor you're submitting the bill under is no longer has a valid license or has updated his license. So they're like the KGB, man. They're on you. They want to make sure that as you know, insurance companies will do whatever they can not to pay your bill. So they can do whatever they can to make sure the license is not renewed. Okay, perfect. 2 days late, let's deny that claim. So for me, I'm like, I'll look at that and see. It's like just stay under the radar. Keep life simple as much as possible. Anyone get adjusted? Anyone want to get adjusted? You guys good? Good, coming over.
Sweater on, off.
Doesn't matter to me, whatever. Where do you practice, Doc?
Irvine. Not too
Nice.
far.
Very cool. Put that over here for you. Anything going on?
Actually, I just had a flare up of my neck on the right upper trap's really
Cool.
tight.
Grab a seat. Grab a seat. Grab a seat right. Actually, yeah. Grab a seat right on this edge over here on that side over there. In the middle. You're good. What kind of flare up, Doc?
I don't know. I didn't.
Dude, how old are you?
46, but
Ugh.
47?
50, my friend. 50.
I know.
I was just my own personal story. I was doing curls at the gym on a Sunday. I was all warmed up, ready to go, almost done. Also, my hip came. I'm like, what the F was that? 50. I'm like,
So sad.
it is. Even when you're healthy, like, it's still going to happen to us. All right. So, flip on the right-hand side. Does it travel anywhere or does it stay in the neck?
Neck it to the, looks like the supraspinatus might be involved. I think
Okay.
that's on the shoulder. Just not
Got it. So what I normally do, if it's the right side, I just come right here. This is the new patient one too. Okay, I'm feeling problems right up there, a little tight. When's your last adjustment, Doc?
Thursday, I think.
Good. Were you doing heavy shoulder press? Lifting kids?
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of golf, basketball, weights.
You still play basketball?
Sadly, yes.
Uh,
I'm always injuring myself, though.
I had a dream about playing basketball 6 months ago. A dream. Woke up, my knee hurt. How does that happen? Woke up, my knee hurts.
Hard to get home.
What the heck? But I was like, no, don't even think about it, sir. Put that basketball in offer up and give it away for $1. That's all I got to do. Right there. For me, I always go across here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Mhm.
And then come here. Take a deep breath in. All the way out. Boom. Boom. Just like that. Is that okay?
Mhm.
Just rock them. That's all I do. I just tell all my patients too, don't worry, I have good malpractice. I'm covered if anything happens. I'm good. I don't worry about stuff. Take a deep breath in. Head drop all the way. Boom, there we go. All right. You get your shoulders done normally?
What's that?
Shoulders done? You adjust your
we can do
shoulders?
it
Cool.
if you
Bring your
want.
right hand to your right ear. And then bring your elbow in. What I do here for the adjustment is adjust the AC joint, also subscapularis back here. Take a deep breath in, all the way out. Like that. Other side for me too. Gets that mid back done. Elbow in, deep breath in, all the way out. Good. And when you get adjust your patients, do you talk them through it?
I do initially,
Mm-hmm.
and then after they just know what to expect.
Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to play golf with a guy, a pediatrician down in Tribuca Canyon, I guess where Dove Canyon is. And he works now at the corporate level for a big insurance company. And the biggest thing he says is doctors get sued when they don't walk through with a patient what they're doing to them or their minor. So that helps you, again, avoid malpractice, obvious, but just to let the patients know what you're doing. I'm touching here for this, this, and this. Take a deep breath in. Let's focus on this, this, and this. And if you're uncomfortable with a patient, and if you have a private room, what could you do? Just open the door. Open the door up if you're uncomfortable with a patient, for one, two. Guys or girls, for one. So giving yourself a chance to feel comfortable yourself as a doctor. And also, what else can you do? Look at the patient. Are they comfortable? Are they okay with what you're doing to them? Okay, what else is going on? How'd that feel? And when I adjust someone to, I always go, good. How was that? Good. Boom. That felt okay. Okay, good. On your back, sir? Face up. When you see someone, too, for the first time, and even if you take an x-ray or a first adjustment, do you ever check their heels, their heel length, for one, too? How their body's doing? So for me, I'm going to do this. Here. Okay, doc, your legs are pretty even. Good job. Whatever you're doing is working. Some people have like an off leg higher or lower, for one. I use that to kind of help them understand. If they have that, I'll go, okay, your left foot is higher. This one, your left foot is lower. So I'll show them because they're face up, right? Your left one is coming up. Right one's coming over this way, so your body's rotated. At that point, your body's want to come back here, cause them tension lower back. Does that make sense? Boom, done. So it gives them an opportunity to visually see what's going on too, not just by feel. Because everyone learns differently. By hearing, by seeing, by touch and feel. So that's what I do. Cross your arms, sir. How did you play basketball?
I used to play way more.
Mm-hmm.
This year I haven't played too much, but I used to play at least weekly.
Is it pickup or is it league?
Pickup.
Deep breath in. All the way out. There we go. All the way out. There we go. One more time. Just watch it, man. You have like another 6 years, 7 years.
Time is limited, man. Time is limited.
Well, 6, 7 years so your kids can get out of high school, and then they can worry about themselves, you know? Get them out of high school first. Legs, you on your side, face me, sir. And this goes, good right there. I don't want to mess with it or break it. Their leg drop. How is a patient like their leg drop to the floor, forward, a little bit of stretch. At that point, by doing this, what I do also, I'll show you on the other side, I put my leg on the table. By putting your leg on the table, what does it do to your back? Good pockets? By putting if I'm here adjusting someone, a lot of back pressure. If my leg's on the table, I'll show you on this side too, over here in a second. Just stay there for 1 second, or just relax right here. If my leg's here on the table here, I could bend forward. There's no back pressure. All the weight's on my leg is contracted. My back pressure is less. If I'm here adjusting someone, bending over, my back's working a lot more. So whatever you can, and I help patients a lot with that have their parents are, say, late stage of life, so they're helping their parents get out of bed a lot, for one, too, if they're helping their parents out. So it allows them to go, okay, I'm helping doing this, so it doesn't hurt their back, too. So just here, right there. Good, nothing going on, low back's been good?
Yeah.
Good. Where do you golf, Norman?
Nicest place is probably Costa Mesa.
That was me, yeah. That's fun.
I don't like to pay too much for golf, man.
No.
It's too expensive.
I'm not sponsored. You know? And that golf ball cost me at least maybe close to $1. It just went in the water, the bushes.
My kids
You
are too
know?
expensive.
Yes, deep breath in. All the way out. Oh, now you're good on that side.
Thanks.
All right, Doc. Good.
Thank you.
All right. Take care of yourself. Good. Enjoy your basketball years that you have left. Yes, sir.
I still play basketball. Anyway.
Yes. Good for you.
I have right knee pain
Mhm.
from banging my knee against the table for 40 years.
Do you leave it there or do you push it against the table?
Sometimes.
Okay.
It's just the side I adjust on, and
Yeah.
it's hitting there. And
Oh. I'll watch that and
be
see.
careful.
I'll watch that and see. Once that starts happening, go, this one doc told me about this.
Yeah.
Okay. Start wearing a knee brace or stop doing that. I just don't like this part here when I'm not on the table. I just feel a lot more back pressure versus here, more support.
Yeah. Well, you're supporting things, and
Yeah.
it'll catch up.
Yeah, and my tables at my office door have a thicker, I guess it was done this way purposely, have a thicker edge too.
Oh, good.
So there's more cushion for one also. It's not like a rough end like that. It's just kind of a hard end. You know.
Yeah, it's probably.
Yeah. Easier, but again, it's just like we got to watch your body too, right? Even like some people are comfortable by doing the adjustment this way that someone's mid back area, And my biggest thing is that I have long arms, so I can kind of reach around a little bit easier. But some people rather prefer doing this one. So it depends what you want to do. But just watch your body. You know, it's just something to where take care of yourself. And I tell patients, some people come in like they want a certain technique or routine. I'm like, that's great, but I'm going to do it this way for the same benefit. Is that okay? I go, okay. I don't let my patients, and again, just my own personal preference, tell me how to treat them, but I want to give them the same benefit they're expecting. Someone come like they want a Wolfgang something technique maneuver. I'm like, I looked it up, I'm like, I have no idea what that is. Whatever the doctor told you, that's like a made up technique. Or you ever guys get the Palmer method?
Yes.
You guys know what the Palmer method is?
Diversified.
Diversified. Yeah, that's all it is. They went to Palmer school. So they learned the Palmer method, which is called diversified in California. We turned a different name. So I tell them, yeah, so it is. Look up on Google. And you can't look up on Wikipedia anymore, so look up on Google. Yeah, you go, okay. And you guys ever go somewhere where someone's trying to sell you something? It's not like a lot. Like I went up to Idlewild area or Big Bear, and someone like a spice shop. They were talking about this spice was so good, blah, blah. I bought 2 of them. My wife goes, why do you buy that? Because he had a good story. You sound confident. And if someone sounds confident, does that give them an ounce of truth to their story? You sound confident, right? This technique, the Palmer method is this because we call in California this since 2004. Did the doctor tell you that? Oh, no, he didn't tell me that. Oh, this is what we do in California. Like, okay, whatever. So it allows them just to give you opportunity to actually help them. That's what we're trying to do, right? Help each other for one, too. Any other questions? Comments? Concerns? Things that are like, hey, why do you say that for one, too? You guys ever with your patients, if you have patients that are compliant or not compliant with coming in or doing their stretches, especially with stretches, how often should patients stretch it? How often should patients actually stretch, say, per week? What do you think? How do you communicate that with your patients? Should you stretch like once a week, twice a month, daily? How do you help them understand daily?
After you brush your teeth.
Yes. And I tell them too, I go, just stretch the days that end with Y. Which is, what days end with Y? What is it? All of them. Every day ends with Y. So stretch every day that ends with Y. So brush your teeth every day, hopefully. If not, we have problems, hygiene issues.
I usually tell them minimum 3 to 4 times a week. They work out 3 to 4 times a week.
Mhm.
Stretching at least that much.
And I forget sometimes what day it is. I tell them by doing it every day, it becomes part of your normal routine, like brushing your teeth. You don't even think about it. You just do it. And I always ask them, are you a night owl or are you an early bird? Night owl. Great, stretch before you go to bed. Are you an early bird like me? At that point, stretch when you get up in the morning. Make it part of your routine so you don't think about it. If you have to get your kids up for school, get up about 20 minutes early, get your stretches done, cup of coffee, so you're relaxed to go take them to school and sit in that traffic to get in line to get them into school, which is so much fun sometimes. Yay. So just giving them opportunity to realize how to help them understand what you want them to do in maybe a different way. I have younger patients too, come in and they're union workers or laborers or UPS kids, and they come with a bad injury and go, hey, ask them to get in their head a little bit, are you still invincible? Like Doc over here plays basketball, and other Doc plays basketball too. Are you still invincible? They go, what do you mean? Do you think you never get hurt or anything like that? He's like, I think so. I go, great. Don't worry about stretching or icing. Don't worry about anything else. Okay, you adjusted today. Go out there, hurt yourself again. I'll see you tomorrow. You go, well, doesn't sound good. No, it doesn't. At some point, we all learn we're not invincible. If they're young enough, I go, hey, not a big deal. At that point, because I don't want to waste time teaching someone an exercise or stretch they're not going to do. How many have for me, my married kids, older kids now, played sports? Coaches playing, when they're younger, they play sports, right? Coaches tell them you have to stretch before you show up. How many kids stretch when they're younger? 0. Until they have an injury. And they go, oh, now I have an injury, now I'm going to stretch. Me too, myself also. So we can help our patients younger learn that they're not invincible in a sometimes joking way to do your stretches. So tomorrow feels good. So the next day feels good. I tell them, stretch today so tomorrow isn't as hard. Work out today so tomorrow's a little bit easier. They go, okay. So just a way to kind of get in their head a little bit, a different way. So you get them to go, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know? And again, I had something up here earlier. Of course, I'll put it on my phone too. Is making sure every visit a patient feels and leaves comfortable and a little bit happier than when they left. Do you ever have patients come in your door that are not a chiropractic patient, have a fracture, have other conditions going on, which is my priority for one too? Happens to me all the time. I'm near San Antonio Hospital in my area. I had someone come in a couple years ago, mechanic. He had to lift something, didn't work. Tried to lift it again, his back went out on him. I go, went out, what do I mean? I went out on him 4 days ago. Since 4 days ago, he's not able to urinate or defecate. Not gone to the bathroom for 4 days. I go, I'm going to take an X-ray of you. Here's your information. San Antonio Hospital's down the street. Go there right now. Go, why? He was like about 25, 6 years old. It's a kid. Go there right now. Went there right now. MRI right there. A surgery, back surgery that night. Fractured his back. What happens is, as you guys know, the nerves that control the bladder and the lower colon were stressed. Boom, he was done. But again, those are patients where they call the next couple days. I call them and go, hey, how'd it go? Are you okay? Yeah, thanks for the phone call. Thanks for sending me over there. So can you be a better doctor sometimes? And again, this is minute number of patients we see that can help them get better care by not seeing you when they're a red flag. And the same thing with the joint too. Working the joint, red flags all the time. Because they want to pay for it to go to the doctor. I'm like, that's fine, but they're not going to see you today. So we want to make sure we're doing the right things for our patients because that's your reputation. Also, one time I had 2 months. In 1 month, I had 2 patients come in with bad low backs, both seniors. And after 2 visits, I was like, I'm not helping you. Go get an MRI. You're done here right now. Let's get the MRI first before you continue care. Both had surgery, and both were thankful because I caught it early enough before it became a long-term life problem. Had the surgery, one did pretty well, one did okay, but realizing that was the right thing to do, not just continue seeing them. Do you guys have a window where you see your patients and go, where you're not getting better enough? Let's see where you are now with an MRI or some other imaging for one too. You guys ever do that? Huh. You almost have, you have to be beyond, we are, sometimes doctors aren't, is ethical to where you go, man, this is not working for you. Let's get something else, imaging done first, maybe referral here to make sure you're in the right place. And they're going to appreciate that more versus just seeing them and not getting results. So I think a lot of it is we're sometimes someone's first portal of entry of being a doctor. So we have to make sure that we're in control of to help them get healthy and stay healthy. That's the plan. So any other questions at all? Is that okay? Hope you guys were entertained, along with maybe just had some fun. That's all I do. That's all we do. And again, stay healthy. You know, we can do that. Our body can last a long time, can enjoy not only a good career, but also good just enjoying life. How many people want to work till they die? Nobody does. It's not out of choice. It's like as they had to. So enjoy your life too, right? Have fun. Play golf like at 11 o'clock today. Get there at 10. Sorry. So it's just having fun. That's why I do stuff. Help. Veronica has me here early so I can get my other rest of my day done too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.